I'm Steve Johnson, News Director for theDove TV. Check out our other videos and visit our website at thedove.us. Thanks. Good morning, I'm Steve Johnson with this reminder to get our iPhone, iPad, and Android app, and then you can watch the Dove News on demand on your mobile app and on the Dove Roku channel as well. In the news today, a reward being offered for information on the Bowles fire in Weed. A $10,000 reward has been offered for information to help determine the origin of that fire. There's been a lot of speculation as to the cause of the fire that destroyed around 200 structures, but officials want to make a more definitive conclusion. A total of 375 acres were consumed in the fire that began earlier this week. Supplies coming in from southern Oregon to help those who lost their homes in the fire. Basic supplies are said still to be needed, but not clothing at this time. President Obama says U.S. forces in Iraq do not and will not have a combat mission as part of the effort against the Islamic State militants. The president received a briefing yesterday from officers at the U.S. Central Command in Tampa, Florida, and commanders oversee military efforts in the Mideast. The president says the fight against the Islamic State group cannot be America's alone and will require a broad coalition. He told soldiers at MacDill Air Force Base that the armed services will not be deployed as ground troops.
But I want to be clear. The American forces that have been deployed to Iraq do not and will not have a combat mission. They will support Iraqi forces on the ground as they fight for their own country against these terrorists.
The president's comment comes as the nation's top U.S. military officer said on Tuesday that American ground troops may be needed to battle the militants if Obama's current strategy fails. Hundreds of mourners, including law enforcement officers from around the country, gathering in Scranton, Pennsylvania for the funeral of a state trooper as a manhunt continues 40 miles away for the killer. Corporal Brian Dixon was gunned down late Friday outside a rural barracks in the Pocono Mountains. Another trooper was wounded in the ambush that touched off a massive manhunt for 31-year-old Eric Freen, an anti-law enforcement survivalist identified as the suspect. Freen is said to have spent years reenacting military history scenarios that focused on Eastern European armies, and he's considered dangerous and is said to be armed with 2 rifles. State officials say a change in federal rules will likely force a major overhaul of Oregon's groundbreaking system for providing publicly funded caregivers to the elderly and disabled. Rules adopted last year extend minimum wage and overtime requirements to 20,000 home care workers paid through the state's Medicaid program. That'll mean a massive increase in costs unless the state curtails services for certain clients. The governor asked last month for the U.S. Department of Labor for a delay. Let's take a look now at what we can expect on the weather scene for our area and for Northern California. A slight chance of rain today. That might help with some of those wildfires. A high of only 79. Then sunny skies with temperatures on the rise to 94 by Saturday. As we look to the Klamath Basin, a slight chance of rain as well today, a high of only 74, 82 tomorrow, 88 on Saturday with sunny skies both days. Moving along the Oregon coast, rain continuing today with a high of only 66, 67 tomorrow, then rising to 75 and sunny skies for Saturday. As we move into the Central Oregon area bend, partly cloudy tonight, or today that is, 73 the high, 78 tomorrow, no rain in the forecast, and then warmer temperatures could get up to 86 by Sunday. And for southern Oregon and the Medford area, chance of rain today, possible lightning, 79 the high, then 88 tomorrow, could get up to 98 by Saturday. That's a look at your news and weather here on the Dove.